We've talked a lot about time travel lately, and your perception of time must be a little different. I don't know, maybe I watched Interstellar too much or something.
God, I fucking love that movie. I can't watch it enough.
I got drunk at Jamie Bunch's house one Super Bowl Sunday, and I woke up on the couch the next morning, and my phone had switched time zones, and I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean somewhere when I woke up. I was like, what the fuck happened here? Come on, we've all been drunk at Jamie's house.
How did you... What?
Why am I in Nova Scotia? What's happening?
I woke up, and I looked at my phone, and I was like... What? It's 9 a.m. and Angie's like, no.
Fiji?
I was like, what's going on?
Bill's in the South Pacific.
Just fucking hanging out.
Wilson.
If you guys have never traveled like international dateline or 11-hour difference, it is weird where you land someplace and you know where you are, but you're not quite sure when you are. It's a very strange feeling.
I was thinking about Jamie the other day. Do you guys remember, Donnie, you weren't here for this, but do you guys remember when Jamie had that monk and he would walk around in mountain stance all day?
Yeah.
Even though you're not even allowed to do that. But, like, he had this. You put a pyramid over his head like this, and he'd walk around.
You seem to do okay.
He'd start battles like he'd walk up like this. I'm sorry. This is a little visual humor for everyone.
It's great for a podcast.
God, so funny. Okay, well, enough about that. But I was thinking about it the other day.
So level 4, huh?
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost.
No.
What do you mean, no? We've been level 3 for 19 episodes.
It's been like the same 24 hours for like 8 episodes.
That's true.
It has been.
Well, and I guess this is as good a time as any to announce that we've abandoned experience and instead have moved over to milestone leveling, given that I haven't awarded experience in, 20 episodes?
Like 20
or
episodes,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, the truth is that you guys are just chewing stuff up too fast, and I just think it doesn't make it. I just think milestone leveling is, it's like that episode of World of Warcraft, South Park, where they go and kill boars out in the forest. It just doesn't make sense.
Level 1
to me.
boars for 99 levels.
So, yeah, I think did we talk about this? You guys kind of looked at me confusedly when I said that just then.
No, it was just kind of a...
Well, you just never brought that to our attention that you decided to make that change.
Was that just a me thing?
You're talking about it to yourself?
I
kind of assumed it, but there was always a possibility you were tracking it in the background and just not telling us, so it would be a surprise.
So the -1 bandits that I ran over with the trolley probably weren't netting a lot of experience.
Those dudes were all level 2.
Oh, there we go.
And you obliterated them in a trolley.
Were you wearing heirloom gear by chance? Do you have that in this game?
Oh my God. So the party's back together again.
Yeah,
I'm so happy for you guys. So proud of you. You're all together. It's a beautiful moment when Bash comes up that morning. You guys are all hugging each other and stuff. Oh, beautiful. I shed a tear.
I ran up and gave him a hug. I don't know what you want.
That's true. You did.
Have you ever hugged Komodo dragon before? Probably not very nice.
No. I wonder if lizard folk are cold-blooded. Bash is kind of cold, when you touch him. I don't know.
He's scaly for sure.
Yeah.
He's not smooth.
Well, is he or isn't he? I don't know. Maybe lizard folk are
What kind of lizard are you?
Yeah, he's scaly. Yeah.
Is he scaly?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a salamander, just a little slimy when you touch him.
I don't know that he's slimy.
I think Bashk might be the only character there isn't some sort of artwork out for, except for Dundee's got artwork, but we got nothing for Bash.
True.
Bash.
True. Yeah. So because I know the minute I commission artwork for Bashk, I will no longer be able to play Bashk. Yeah. So I need to get that done though.
I'm going to draw some stick figure Bashks tonight then.
Just make sure he's got a tail. Just make sure he doesn't use his tail, but he has a tail.
He does have a tail.
His tail is very bad for stealth checks.
It is.
Established. He gets everywhere.
Knocks bottles off tables.
Bash with a toupee on.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are here at this campsite, and you've got a whole boatload of people with you. And before we turned on the microphones, I was kind of counting up. So let's just go down the roster real quick. So we got Bashk Trand, we got Sirio, Xavier, Sertova, Mitchell Groning, Dry Colmay, Hooten Dundee, of course. Valerie is with you, having traveled here with Bashk. Tenru the Hunter and Brun the Hell Ripper are standing off to the side. We have Octavia and Ragonger. We got Tassim the Rat Folk, who has not had a line. He's sort of like T-Dog in Walking Dead. He's just kind of there, you know. Jathel, Knock Knock. I think that's everyone. So you guys have... and Herring, yeah. So yeah, you guys have a posse at this point. And I mean, you tell me, but my impression is that you're loading up with the spoils from this campsite. You know, you dug up this grave, and against my advice, by the way. And you're heading back to Oleg's, I suppose. Is that true?
I think so. I was thinking about this today. Like, I don't know if you guys do a lot of camping or not, but like once you get past like 3 or 4 days of being out in the wilderness, it's like you start to get kind of grungy. And we've been out for what, like 4 or 5 weeks now away from an outpost.
Yeah.
So my pants would probably stand up on their own right now. So I think it's time to.
I like that you give yourself 3 or 4 days, because for me it's like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. It doesn't take long for me to reach the point where I'm sitting in my own filth, you know. But no, during the COVID lockdowns, I think I had about a 5-day stretch at one point, and that Dove body bar, I was rubbing it all over myself over and over. Okay, enough about that.
I mean, so I have to ask, like
I just have this mental picture now.
like the dumb question.
Podcast now. Go ahead.
Like, you know, like everyone always laughs about like Lord of the Rings. Why didn't they just jump on one of the eagles and drop the ring in the mountain, like from the air?
Seriously.
Like here we are with a fucking army of people. Like, why don't we bootstrap up and head on over to the Stag Lord right now with the army?
And just fucking ruin his whole life.
Right.
It'd be one episode.
Well,
and you would have to control all the NPCs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do that, please, because then I'll have to. You're right. There are contrived reasons why you should only take one NPC with you.
Yes, let's go back.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the army, but like part of the plan was to maybe do the ritual to disguise Bashk, and we still need.
That's true.
We still need those herbs or whatever components.
And before Bashk left with Valerie, they gave instructions to Oleg to go grab the stuff that Rob, Pod, and whatever were supposed to do and didn't. So they should be delivering the letters and picking up all the supplies and things that we need for the ritual, etc. So that stuff's waiting for us at Oleg's as well.
And can you tell me what you had Lindsay, Micmac, and Amiri do before you left? Or were they just supposed to do that reconnoitering?
They were reconnoitering.
Yeah, they were reconnoitering. I think there were 3 hexes to the northwest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they've had a ton of time, so they might have just continued. You know, maybe they looped back around and went back out. Or did you leave them instructions to continue on expeditions and stuff like that? Or did you tell them
Donnie
to come
would have
back
been
and wait?
Well, Donnie could have, yeah.
Yeah, what did Bashk say to them?
Yeah, Bashk, would have told them to carry on as long as they had sufficient cover. Like, I assume, was it Keston that was there, that he would keep an eye on the 3 that tried to kill Lindsay. So
yeah, okay. So you left Keston with Bob, Rob, Todd.
Yep.
Ostensibly, he's looking after Mabel the Bandit as well.
Right.
And then you had the other 3, you know, go off and do some reconnoitering, and then you left instructions for Oleg to acquire the 105 gold pieces worth of herbs from Boken, the hermit, alchemist.
Yes.
Well,
was there a run to bring letters and then pick up a ring for, I think Sirio was trying to get a ventriloquist ring, I believe?
Yeah, I think Oleg was able to order that stuff.
Okay. COD.
Like, he'll have it there for you to buy from him.
Okay.
As well as other things, too. I mean, he expended, you know, I assume he expended some effort trying to, you know, carry items that you would want. So there's a pretty good chance if you want to buy something, he's going to have it when you get back.
Okay.
And not only that, is we're making his place safer, so it should be getting busier with through traffic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. All right. Well, it seems to me it's time to begin your journey. Now, it's about a 2-week journey back, so we're going to need to do 14 camping sessions.
Sounds good.
So
Let's start
the
with
2 weeks out included reconnoitering, and it was kind of a circuitous route. It wasn't a straight shot.
Yeah, we kind of wandered around. So
Well, let's look at the-
If we look at the
probably a
hex
week
map,
back.
I don't think it would take too much longer to get from where we're at back to the trading post.
Gosh, you're really not that far from the trade post at all, are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go around the forest and be back in 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Let's
we're
Look at
not-
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you reach kind of the halfway point. Let's say that you're kind of passing through the northern tip of the green belt here. Maybe you've inched your way back into this forest a little bit, maybe seeking some cover in a area that you've reconnoitered. And I don't know, for old time's sake, let's get a survival check from Bashk Tran to find a campsite.
Rolled an 11 for a total of 21.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, yeah.
Total
That's pretty
success. Find a nice place. I'm so happy for you guys.
Everything will go this well during this session, I'm
Well,
sure.
we've learned that regardless of what we do, the first thing to do is rest.
I'm gonna rest. We're gonna build a fire, sit down, and discuss what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
I want to learn from one of the new
One of
travelers.
the
that's with us.
75.
I was
people we
thinking
have
that
with
too.
us.
I wanted to see what Knock Knock does at night.
I was thinking, was it Ragonger?
Knock Knock is like, I need some privacy.
Where are you going with those trolley cushions?
Don't come look for me. Knock Knock, let's see if he has a camping activity. When the PCs camp with Knock Knock, the goblin's taunts at the other characters, PCs and NPCs alike, depend entirely on his alignment. As long as he's chaotic evil, the jokes quickly get insulting and annoying, causing a -1 circumstance penalty to all checks made to resolve camping checks.
Awesome.
A PC can convince Knock Knock to cut out these jokes for a camping session with a successful coerce attempt, or for the next 3 camping sessions on a critical success. Unlike normal coercions, these do not adjust Knock Knock's attitude toward the PCs except on a failure or a critical failure. Regardless of his alignment, Knock Knock can help defend a campsite by setting up traps around the location's perimeter. So he's got this set traps camping activity. Knock Knock sets several annoying and frustrating traps around the camp's perimeter. If the campsite is attacked by enemies during the next 24 hours, the invaders suffer a -1 item penalty to all attack rolls and skill checks on the first round of combat as they navigate the distracting traps. Any enemy whose initiative result is less than Knock Knock's Thievery DC is also flat-footed from the traps until the start of their turn on the second round of combat. So basically, he's like Kevin McAllister, in the Home Alone house.
So yeah,
Not a bad little thing.
If Knock Knock is throwing jokes and annoying people, I think Bashk at some point looks over at Mitchell and it's like, "Hey, get your boy under control." Yeah, you brought him to this party. You get him under control, man.
What is Jathel's camping activity?
Let's see. Let's look it up. At level 7, Jathel provides you with a rune called Death Drinking. I don't even know what that is. My gosh.
Taking it.
Sounds like a party.
I think we did that at one of the cons. Brad definitely did it.
Yep. Survived.
Camping with Jathel. When Jathel is present while the party camps, she can invoke sinister rituals to call upon the dead to defend the campsite. She can perform the following activity when she camps with the player characters. This ability is called Undead Guardians. As the party preps the campsite, Jathel takes an hour to establish contact with the spirits of the dead who linger in the region, be they slain bandits, doomed adventurers, or even just wild animals who succumb to the laws of nature. If the camp is attacked during the period of rest, these spirits of the dead rise up as undead guardians to defend Jathel and her allies. These undead guardians manifest as shrieking ghost-like spirits. While their exact shape is determined by the GM, their effect in battle remains the same. Each round during combat, one PC can choose to be defended by the undead guardians and gain a +1 status bonus to AC for 1 round, or they can have the undead guardians aid them in their attacks and gain a +1 status bonus to all melee strikes for 1 round. So now at this point, we've got a Home Alone house with ghosts everywhere.
That's pretty badass.
Well, it sounds like if we found a bandit camp, we could kill all the bandits, and then Jathel could make their spirits come back and defend us.
Yeah,
Which is pretty fun.
That's a bad
Meanwhile,
day for
Harry
somebody.
is praying to Grotus, My gosh.
Yeah.
Who else is with you guys? Should we keep
Does
going?
does she have anything I can learn from her? Like if I want to...
Undead Guardians, that would have to be a
that's not
occultism
me.
check, I would think, to try to learn that from her.
Chris, can you learn that?
Some of the knowledge skills I just I'm not really good at.
Mitch could, but
that would be handy.
Mitch has a +9 to occultism, but has no interest in that shit. That sounds fucking gross. I'd rather learn how to make some traps around the annoying traps around the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a thievery
What's
check
my
if you want to try to
occultism?
learn how to do that from Knock Knock.
So while Knock Knock is setting the traps, he's just talking shit on all of us.
Oh, totally. He's just like, hey, Sirio, that nice mustache. Wait, never mind.
What? Cut that shit out. Coercion. I'm going to try to intimidate. Is that part of intimidation?
Yeah.
All right, here it goes. Because that's like a minus. He gives us a penalty, right? On all our other activities. So I tell him to cut that shit out. Oh, no. Natural one.
He loses opinion of you, I guess, because it's only on the crit failure.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That's I think he's bringing out the best of us because I have a natural 1. I'm trying to learn that trap setting as well. So
What if I
These
shoot
are
her?
not going well with Knock Knock right now in the party.
I'm going
just leave him
to
alone.
organize watch, by the way.
Okay, all right.
Not that we'll need it with all the undead and traps running around at night.
and you've got to roll something for that too, right, Bill?
Yeah, it's like a perception check, I think.
He has to
organize
pull
the
up
watch.
his the Google Sheets and make a little chart.
Yeah, map everything out.
Are you like trying to be like super like organized, like impress Jathel at this point? Like, are you like all strutting around?
I'm
like,
out there just strutting around. I've just waxed down my leather armor so it's all glistening.
Shouting orders.
What am I rolling for this?
Perception check.
Is it perception?
Here, you should put this ring on first.
Because just
Yeah.
passing this ring around.
Yeah, I suppose we do need to check for the mirror on that, don't we?
What's a 11 gonna get me?
A failure.
That's fucking fantastic.
And, we don't need to belabor all the cooking stuff, or anything like that. But, you guys got some stuff going on. I'll roll a random encounter check. Nope, that's not going to trigger anything. You guys are good to go. Octavia and Ragonger have some stuff, but they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of there right now. You don't know them so well. They're not really being called upon to help out. Yeah, they're canoodling a little bit. You get the feeling they're together. They're an item, Fine. Let's go ahead and bed down for the night, I suppose. I mean, moon's out. It's beautiful. Fucking harem is, prayed to Grotus and ghosts everywhere. And
Debbie Downer.
and there's Knock Knock has released tarantulas around the perimeter of the camp, just like Kevin McAllister did at the end.
I'm going to give him a sack full of explosive mines one of these days.
Oh, that is just like the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
That's amazing. Yes. Yes, do that.
So I know we didn't do any kind of cooking, but I guess while we're eating, Sirio comes up and goes to ask Bashk if he has any kind of mushrooms, not necessarily ones that are like edible for nutritional value or to improve taste, but anything that
You just want to trip balls?
yeah, if you have some, they may come in handy if I can kind of dose someone in the future.
I see where you're going. I like your ideas.
I hear you. No, that's interesting. I don't think that I do.
I'm sure there's some kind of foreign substance dealer at the outpost you could find in the corner.
Yeah.
Tassim, the thaumaturge, is hanging out over there, and he was like, "Oh, are you talking about mind-altering substances?"
Yeah,
sneaky
you overheard
hippie.
that? I mean, yeah. So I don't want the mushrooms. I guess they grow in the rat shit. I don't know.
He opens the coat. It's like all like watches and spoons. Like, wait, other one, and opens the other side of the coat, and he's got all his
Stuff little
his
drill
drugs.
baggies of things.
I got morals, sporals, forals.
Yeah, he does. He pulls open his stinky leather coat and he's wearing like Oshkosh bagosh under him, and they're all dirty. And he's got some drugs. He's got some stuff.
He's got some drugs. You sound like a lawyer, Mike.
He's got some.
He's got some of them drugs.
He's got a
He's got
couple
some illegal
marijuanas.
substances. He's got some controlled substances.
One small bag of drugs, please.
He's like, that'll be a silver piece.
All right, sounds good.
Did we just do a drug deal?
We did just do a drug deal in the middle of the podcast. That's right.
Yeah, I guess this is an uncontrolled substance, given that the stolen lands are lawless.
That's right.
But, you guys might want to think about your drug policy.
It's all legal.
They can do whatever they want. I don't care.
Sirio, you have drugs.
Sweet.
What do they do? I don't know. Why do you want drugs? Tassim's over there getting lit. Is that what you say? Is he getting turned and lit?
Just over there fucking hitting the bong.
I don't know why this is funny, but it is. I guess that's Tassim. We've arrived at some characterization for Tassim.
Tassim's the hookup.
All right, Tassim smokes the drugs.
One marijuana and he died. Let that be a PSA to everybody.
Sirio, you got a little dime bag now.
Mushrooms don't come in dime bags.
I don't know what. Look, I'm turning back on the Zencaster. I don't know anything about drugs, okay? There. So that happened.
Yeah, okay.
What else is going on?
Oh man, we put Tassim in charge of commerce for the kingdom, and shit got weird. So,
yeah.
I do want him in charge of import export. He probably knows how to get some really good stuff.
He's a businessman. Okay, he's
what I'm talking about.
All right. What happens next? You guys bedding down for the night?
Yep.
You know, all the watches really go by one by one, and we're getting, I guess, close to the end of the night.
So on the last watch, before I kind of relieve myself of watch duty and start waking people up, gonna kind of slip out of the camp. I don't know, maybe 400 or so yards, like not terribly far away, but a good distance. So I guess I'd say about a quarter mile away. And I'm gonna try to do a little sorcery experimentation. Because I've listened to what Mitch and Bashk have had to say about what they've had to say about the blue and the red spirit, and I believe what they're saying, but I haven't seen it myself, right? So I'm going to try to see if I can commune or do something to make them appear for me. And so to start off, I'm going to use a summon Fey spell to summon up a Mitflit and have it submit, and I'm going to try to draw some blood from it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't know how a summoned creature would respond to that, or if they'd be willing to do that, but that's what I'm going to attempt.
You know, given that Mitflit would be, you know, level -1 or something, right? I mean, seems clear to me you could, maybe with a scuffle, this is something you can do. All right. You've got this, you've got your knee on its chest, and your arms kind of, with one arm holding its two little wrists together. This dagger, little slit, totally easy. Make a perception check.
Okay. 12.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll try to collect some, not a whole lot of blood, maybe just like a half a vial's worth, and then I guess dismiss the Mitflit after I've collected that. And so with something from the first world, I'm going to mix in some of those magic mushrooms from Tassim in there, and then I'm also going to pull out a strand of the Deuce's hair from the locket that I'm carrying.
That's right. I forgot you took that.
Whoa.
And then produce some flame and kind of boil it up, and then I shoot it back. And I
do it, man.
What is going on?
Whoa.
Just trying
so
to time
what's
travel.
what's the
Lantern King?
Lantern King.
Lantern King.
The Lantern King.
I say,
okay,
I just start.
So you have mixed. Okay, so you cooked the drugs, the blood, and a piece of the Deuce's hair, and then drank it.
Yes.
Okay,
That's fucking badass.
That's awesome.
and what do you say, or do you say anything?
I mean, I kind of wait around to see if I see anything, but if not, I'm just going to shout out and demand that the Lantern King show himself to me. And I ask, why are you controlling fate? Sometimes for us and sometimes against us. And then I guess, I'll just wait until either something affects me or I wander back to camp.
Nothing happens when you do this, except you become intoxicated, having ingested a full bag of drugs.
Well, that'll make an interesting trip back to the trading post then, as I kind of stumble and crawl myself back to the camp.
Okay.
Worth a shot. I know Bash wasn't able to talk to the blue entity when he asked, so I'd figure I'd give a shot to the red one.
You're walking back to camp, and are you kind of, stumbling a little bit? And
I feel I'm more of like crawling, feeling my way back.
That's a lot of mushrooms.
Tasting colors and things.
That's a lot of mushrooms.
Did you eat that whole bag?
As you walk back, you pass by an especially large tree, and as you walk by the tree on your way back to camp, you all of a sudden hear a voice behind you. What was that? What are you doing? And you whirl around, and it's Jathel.
Oh, I thought the tree was going to talk to him. Damn it!
I know. I thought there was going to be something awesome going on.
She's sitting there with her arms crossed, just looking at you, kind of quizzically.
Can she see his pupils are the size of silver dollars?
Yeah, well, and I was about to describe, she's got these black pupilless eyes, and they're just shining in the darkness at you. Kind of, she's smiling. She's like, what was that?
Well, I'm going to try to lie to her. I'm going to mention that as a spellcaster, to learn new spells, I can't just study books or go to the library. I have to experiment and innately come up with stuff. So that's what I was out here doing. Sometimes it involves mind altering substances.
Make the deception check.
All right, here we go. Let's not roll a 1 this time. A 17 plus 11. 28.
Nice. She's like, you types never cease to surprise me. Let's go back.
Can you help me back? I'm having trouble standing.
Watch out for that tree. He's a real asshole.
She leads you back.
Huh. That was a different side of Sirio. That was fun.
That's awesome.
See them enter camp together.
Uh-oh.
And kind of look at them quizzically.
Love triangle.
Like, what are you guys out in the woods doing?
It's not what you think. It's not what you think. I kind of wave you off.
Jathel goes, this
Classic sitcom. They're not going to communicate. That's right.
I'm going to walk up to talk to Sirio and see that his pupils are the size of acorns and be like, oh. And I'm just going to walk away. Oh, he's not here. He's somewhere else.
Hey, everybody. Our future king.
He's time traveling, but he hasn't actually gone anywhere.
Out into the woods. Got himself turned out in the woods. All right. Yeah, nothing happens.
You can you probably cut this, but like, Chris, are there any low-level spells that you could learn from actually having done that? I think, because I don't know, that was a pretty fucking awesome like RP event.
Yeah.
Like if there was something,
you should get like an extra cantrip.
Yeah. Like
so far, like
whenever
I level up, I'm trying to pick spells from stuff that we've encountered.
Right. Or maybe at the very least, like you learn a language associated with Fae, or like some way to,
Or if
Or
you've
maybe
got
like a cantrip.
any kind of mind effect spells, right? That maybe you can pick up next time based on.
Probably
probably
not for free, but when I do level up and get to pick new spells,
that would be one that would
be one that I would lean toward. Yeah,
Could tie that in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I don't think I would just get them.
I think you should get a free 10th level spell.
Summon level 8 Fae.
Yeah. No.
Next time he summons a Mitflit, he shows up, but he passes out from blood loss.
Fine. Another night goes by. Another camping session, I think, the next night. Anyone else got any other errands to do in the middle of the night?
Oh my God, no.
No, Chris did all the drugs. He didn't share. So,
but how many nights of travel is it back? I'm just crafting some shit.
4 or 5.
How many
nights?
drugs did you
so
get?
each forest is 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would arrive on day 6.
Okay, so that's one crafting check. Cool.
Yeah, your travel resumes, and you find yourself the kind of late afternoon of that final day on your way back to Oleg's, and you can see it dotted on the horizon there. You're getting closer. Kind of deja vu. I mean, you're coming at it from the other side, but you can't help think back to like the first time you came to Oleg's, that time from the east, now you're coming from the west. And as you get closer and closer, something seems off. It's not, you expect someone to come out and see you, right? And instead, no one's like around. It's kind of weird. And you enter into Oleg's, where typically people are standing around waiting for you.
Is it off enough where we would have weapons out? Or just,
I suppose your weapons can be out, sure. But no one's there. It's like a ghost town.
That's weird. So no smell of freshly baked pie from Svetlana, no sign of McGillicuddy fixing the roof or anything.
Yeah.
The prisoners are gone. Lindsay's gone. All of
Bob, Rod, and Todd.
Yeah. They're all gone.
They're probably not there anymore.
Who are our survival experts? It's Bashkin.
I'm trained, yeah.
I would hope that you'd start searching around, like look for tracks, look for...
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start on the inside and see if I can find like evidence of a scuffle or a rant. I don't know, look for maybe a note.
As you're standing around here in this main area here, you do see evidence of something, including what looks to be a substantial pool of blood.
Uh-oh.
As you're milling around there, you look over. Bob, Rob, and Todd up in the north are still tied up and bound. They're just kind of sitting there. You glance into the stables. Mabel the bandit is there as well. And Mabel just sort of motions to the farmhouse.
Oh, fuck.
And you look into the farmhouse and you see that Svetlana is in there and Keston is lying in there and Jod Kavkin is there. You do not see Oleg. And Svetlana, her face turns to see you, and she just quietly says, "The bandits came a couple days ago. They tell you this story. 4 days ago, the Stag Lord himself came to Oleg's, and he walked right through the door. And she said she'd never seen him before, but that he is like a 7-foot frame. He's huge. He's this massive man. He's, a full 1.5 feet taller than 7 feet because he wears this huge antler helmet, kind of this stag skull with the antler still affixed to it. And he's just walking around, striding around this camp. And he had like 2 or 3 other bandits with him. And that when he saw Oleg, that he just drew his bow and shot him through on sight.
Holy shit.
And then looked at Svetlana and in this deep voice was like, "You can run this without him?" And she didn't say anything. And the Stag Lord held the bow on her and said, "You can run the post without him?" And then Keston comes running out of the farmhouse or running out from wherever, runs at the Stag Lord, sword in hand. And the Stag Lord just haymakers him in the face and just crumples him to the ground. Jod Kavkin goes running away. And that's everyone really that was there. And Svetlana finally goes, yes, I can. And the Stag Lord goes, "Good. Everything you have, hand it over." And she does. She has no choice. And the Stag Lord loads up Oleg, dead, alive. Svetlana's not sure. And they ride off.
So all of our stuff that we ordered has been taken by the Stag Lord.
Yeah.
Well, Bashka's feeling pretty guilty. Because he could have stayed here and been here for that and possibly stopped him. And so now this is a second group of people that, for all intents and purposes, have been helping take care of Bashk, right? That the Stag Lord is now murdered or killed or, probably murdered if they took Oleg away. That Bashk was not able to help. So, I don't think he says it out loud now, but he's ready to go. We're done dancing around this.
Dry is repacking his backpack, sorting everything, getting his sword in tight, got it, strung his bow across his back, grabbed Hoot, and is already walking out the door. Like he's ready to go. It's on.
I think Mitch will take his armor off, give Svetlana a hug. Is his hammer still here?
The swingsman, the swingsman's den, the McGillicuddy, the hook clawed.
The McGillicuddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where he left it.
Mitch will pick it up and just tell Svetlana this hammer's work isn't done.
Nice.
And Sirio's kind of going to go over to Keston and check on him. Is he stone cold on the floor or is he still alive?
So it was 4 days ago when this happened. So he's up and around and has recovered, and he basically, corroborates, what was said. I mean,
is his face okay?
It's not. Oh, no. He's kind of talking like this now.
Oh, probably
Got
missing
a
some
problem
teeth.
with his jaw, you know.
Shit.
Keeps,
Disfigured Keston.
yeah. No, I mean, just caved in a side of his mouth, basically. You know, a couple teeth are missing in the back now. I mean, it was just this. I mean, the Keston is just like, he's huge. It's everything that they said about him is true.
And he brought with him how many? You said 3?
3.
Oh, 3.
Who just stood there. He didn't have to do a thing.
Didn't have to do anything. Well, I guess the next thing I ask is, have you, since the Stag Lord took everything, carried off Oleg, and knocked your ass out, have you seen any sign of Lindsay or Amiri or Micmac? Or are they still out in the stolen lands exploring?
They ain't returned. But he says, I do have one bit of good news. Boken arrived with the herb order day after. So you got those herbs if you need them. They're over here. He motions to him.
Do we want to do the ritual? I mean,
I think
at this point, Dry is just pacing a trail into the floor, just walking around the inside.
I think
in a
Mitch
big
will kind of
circle.
look to Jathel and kind of nod at Dry, like, can you calm him down? Like, somebody needs to calm him down before he...
I was actually going to tell her to go take care of Bob, Rob, and Todd since she's lawful evil.
She's walking over there with her scythe.
And be like, hey, go handle those guys.
Well, and so Bash, I'm guessing Bash filled us in on all of this that happened with Bob, Rob, and Todd, obviously, in the past 6 days.
Sure.
So we know.
Of course.
Yeah. And I think Mitch is still not convinced that their actions aren't tied to the Lantern King versus the Stag Lord. So I would not. Yeah, they're more of just kind of.
Yeah, I think Bash goes to the group and says, if we're going to do the ritual, let's do the ritual, but we need to go now.
I don't know if we can get into his camp if we just march up. So I think we need to have some subterfuge. We need to, disguise Bashk. We need to keep these pendants on, dress up as bandits. We had that alcohol or whatever it is. Like, so let's say we're delivering that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Do we still have that? That's gone.
Fuck, you still have it. As I recall, it was in the
Oh, it was in the trolley.
It's
That's
on
right.
the trolley. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You have the alcohol. You've got the costumes, the passphrase, I think.
Yep.
I don't know that there's any... I guess maybe Boken, if instructed, would have provided you with arsenic. Or maybe you had that the whole time. So.
And I guess my thought on the whole thing was, let's use the alcohol and the disguise or the thing for Donnie just to get as close to him as we can. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to poison him. So I think it was just to get kind of maybe
just to get
into the gates. Yep.
Well, and, as you guys are getting geared up, Svetlana comes back, and I mean, she's just pale, and she says, I don't blame you. I don't. We thought we'd be okay. I don't know why, in hindsight, but we just thought we'd be okay. Please go find Oleg. Bring him home.
Yeah. Let's get this ritual. What do we need to do? Let's get on the road. Like Dry's extremely angry right now. Like, he's fuck
Jathel and Tassim.
I was going to say Jathel and Tassim. So I think Bash would single those two out and say, we think Tartuccio, you helped him with the ritual, maybe unwillingly, not knowing his true nature. We need to do the same ritual to help us right this wrong.
Tassim, who lacks soft skills, is like, here, take some of this. He starts handing you bags of drugs. And
yes. Can we bring him with us everywhere?
It's like
Ask him, what you holding today, buddy?
A fun vending machine.
What was the Denzel Washington movie with the when he was a pilot and he like flew the plane upside down? Flight. Yeah. So John Goodman, his character, like when he comes up with like the drug cocktail, that's what I'm picturing. Like he's pulling like, you need some of this. You need some of this. You got some of this.
That's what he does. Thank you. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah. He's like, this will get you right. This will get you right. He tells you. Starts giving you drugs. And Jathel and Tassim both are sufficient. We don't, I don't feel the need to bother with the ritual minigame. You guys have paid the 105 gold worth of materials, and, Bashk is seated at you could do it anywhere. I mean, you just need some open space. I mean, you could do it here in Oleg's, or you can go out back. What do you want to do?
Remind me again, the transformation lasts how long?
A week.
Okay. And how long do we think it is to the camp?
We haven't found it yet. Like, we know it's in the green belt.
It's on our map.
You know where it is.
Oh, we do.
It's right there.
Yeah, one of the bandits gave it away, I think.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a
So
6 day.
How many days ride?
6
is
day
this?
ride.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can do it here,
5 day ride.
and as long as we don't encounter
Yeah, but if we
things that
get
hold
any
up
kind of
resistance.
yeah. I mean, but we have to do it here because the Jathal and
Well, that's true.
Unless they come
Like,
with
they
us,
can't
which I
come
don't
with
really
us.
want to bring them with us.
Well, I'd love to bring Jathal with us.
Of course you
No,
would.
we got to bring a human.
Yep.
Yep.
Brad, the only reason I want to bring Jathal is because she's lawful evil, and I can just be like, "Hey, go do this."
Yeah.
It's not on my hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think Valerie is probably a good choice to bring with us.
Yes. My God,
Bring
yes.
Valerie. She's gonna get out there in the streets.
She's seething.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Keston is like, can I go too? Can I go? No. And then he falls over.
No, I mentioned to Keston, no, we need you to stay here and keep track of your boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, and maybe we leave Jathal and let Jathal know. Only if they give you cause, keep an eye on these 3 and do what you have to do.
Do they still have the horses here?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you guys are doing the ritual, Mitch is vigorously sketching and coming up with, and I don't know if it's going to be a crafting check or a deception check, so maybe somebody with some deception can help me, but he's sketching out a way to disguise the trolley to look like a wagon, and we can tie the horses to the front.
I thought you were going to do a
have them look like
horse.
they're-
You're
Yeah.
going to make the trolley look like a giant horse. That's not where you were going with that.
Super original idea here, guys. But no, so I'm trying to hide it, make it look like just a shitty wagon, and like have the kegs of the alcohol kind of poking out the top so they're visible, and then have the horses in the front pulling
It's like
the trolley.
I think
it's
that's
Friar-
easy enough to do.
Friar Tuck
but
from Robin Hood, right? Rolling up with
yeah,
his
yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that's easy enough to do, but the truth is, Oleg has a wagon, a horse-drawn wagon.
But we need
want
to
the
use
trolley.
that. We want the trolley for the speed to get there in all haste.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't you have a feat for that, or isn't there that an ability, Brad, where you can go fast?
No, the top speed is 25 on the trolley. Which actually, the wagon's probably about the same when you think about it. I guess when we think about it.
You're no Dominic Toretto.
Family.
It's all about the family.
Family. Fine. So you've got Valerie with you. Bashk, we'll say that you're out, back in the reeds where you walked a couple weeks ago, and Tassim is working on fashioning kind of a disguise for you, and kind of this kind of pinkish, brownish material that as he works on it longer and longer and begins to kind of look skin-like, kind of flesh-like. Meanwhile, Jathal is incanting and working through her portion of it. And I mean, it takes a couple of hours, but it is a successful endeavor. And as time goes on, you begin to feel different. You begin to feel different. You look down at your hands and they're changing color. Your fingernails are beginning to recede back into your nail beds. It feels just really weird. And your body is just changing. Your scales are smoothing out. I was going to make some penis joke and thought better of it. Pubes. You're growing pubes.
He would
everywhere.
struggle for balance for a minute or two because he doesn't have his tail.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He just
your
keeps
tail.
he falls backwards a few times because his tail's not there to counterbalance
Yeah, you
him.
fall on your butt. And you grow and you become kind of a hairy dude. It's kind of, you get some deja vu from when you inhabited Nugra's body.
Oh, that's right, Nugra.
You've got some hair now. And,
Just like, oh my God, I smell terrible. I smell like people.
you smell awful. You're a ginger man, by the way. You become
my
ginger.
God.
I'm red hair.
I'm a redhead.
You're a redhead.
You're now neutral or chaotic evil because you have no soul.
Tassim's like, you're welcome. I thought we'd go ginger with you. So, you seem like a ginger to me.
Wow, is that an insult?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, so, and here's like, if Bashk really was like cold blooded, like you're sweating now. How does that feel?
It's weird. Yeah, no, it's very.
You're hot
I've
and sweaty.
got all these little hairs on my arm that I don't know
Yeah.
what's going. The wind blows in them, and it's just creepy and
It's weird.
yeah, it's very weird.
It is.
You look good.
Walking around like he's drunk all the time.
Right, exactly.
That has no balance. Does that mean his slashing tack is gone with his claws?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Were there any pluses or minuses with that ritual that would happen aside from just like, do you take a negative to, okay.
No, I don't think so. I think he's just, he just appears to be human, a ginger human man with a big old beard.
It's like Ed Sheeran.
Long hair, yeah.
He's just
he
walking
looks
around being like, "Hey, everybody, I'm a human. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a human.
Talkie,
Where's all this
chat,
privilege
chat.
I've been hearing about?
I fall backwards into success. Look at me."
Yeah, my life story is any indication that's true. So Bash re-enters the camp wearing, he appears to be a man wearing Eruxy bones. It's all of a sudden not very politically correct at
really
all.
weird.
It's weird. You got to take those off probably.
Just leave them on. Just who cares?
The rest of you guys are suiting up into bandit clothes and stuff. And it looks pretty good. You got your Stag Lord.
Is there like some kind of 1980s montage from an action movie?
Yeah, like
where we're all
Commando.
getting ready. Yeah.
You guys are all getting ready. And Valerie's with you. She's kind of like, dirtying up her face a little bit. She's trying to hide, how gorgeous she is and everything. And, let's get some fucking deception checks from everybody. I just want to see how these disguises, are going to work.
Can I assist?
Can you assist
other
me?
people with their disguise? Okay.
I will
Are
need some
you
assistance.
let me ask you this. Chris, are you an expert in deception at this point?
I am, yes.
So you guys could follow the expert with him.
Yeah,
yes,
that'd be good for
I need all the help I can get. I have zero.
All of it.
Yeah, Sirio.
So does that give everyone a flat boost, and then we use the lowest check? Or I
Yeah.
forget
I don't think
quite how that works.
Well, that's the Quiet Allies thing that modifies Follow the Expert only for stealth checks, though.
Okay.
But what Follow the Expert does is it allows, in its vanilla form, which is what we're using right now, it allows your other players to get your +2 proficiency, get a +2 proficiency bonus. And also they get to add their level as well. So everyone gets a +5, basically, if they're untrained.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
all right, guys. This is how you do this. This is how you do that.
He's over there with his little makeup kit. Oh. Hey.
All right.
I've run out of blush, so don't ask.
23.
Oh, Dry Colmay, man. You got the hood up over your slightly pointed ears. You look like a Stag Lord bandit. Mitch Groening.
What are we adding?
You get an additional 5 on top of your normal bonus.
That's a 24. Natural 19.
Oh, you're looking good, man. You got your, you look like you got a big old butt because your suit's,
Well, actually, I've got the suit off and it's in my hands.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Sure.
It's like
So you've
covered by
concealed that. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll look like a crate or something,
yep.
maybe. Let's just do Bash Trand. Let's just do it.
Natty 16 for a total of, yeah. Total of
More than a
22.
20. I'll do a roll for Valerie. Natural 15. Yeah, she's doing fine. I think it's just down to Sirio now.
Yep, I too got a natural 16, so that's a 27.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes things are just meant to be. So you guys are looking good. Your disguises all look fine. We can just roll those rolls over onto, whenever this is going to matter later on. But you set off, and even I imagine you're probably pushing pretty hard. I mean, that you're trying to probably travel as fast as you can. Yeah. You're going across the plains. Maybe you're even making 2 hexes a day because you're pushing and eschewing some of your sleep.
Yeah, I think they're in a mood. Or even like the deception, right? Everybody's disguise looks really good, and normally we're just like, yeah, that'll work, and let's roll.
Yeah.
Like nobody's taking a moment. There's no
It's business.
I mean, it's too dark right now, actually, now that I think about it, but everything looks good. Everything looks ready to go. You spend one feverish night at Oleg's.
So I guess this evening, kind of right before dawn, I'm just going to start heading east, back down the road we came from.
So you're leaving early, like you're sneaking out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of hearing from both Mitch and Bash that, these entities, they're always listening, and I guess they can just, I don't know, tune their TV to whatever we're doing and just watch. I'm just going to start kind of talking to myself, talking to them. If this is a game and you're not going to show yourself, I'm just not going to play the game. And Sirio starts heading east back to Restov. And he's just going to keep on repeating the line kind of every minute or so. The only way to win this game is to not play it.
Huh.
I don't like how you're trying to influence stuff, and I like to be in control of my own fate, not have someone else deciding what happens.
Nothing happens, but you can almost feel they're watching you. Like, you can just feel it. But you're just walking along, and you don't... Nobody says anything to you.
Who doesn't believe me? So yeah, I sit down on the ground, and then I pull out my dagger, and I say, "Believe this." Boom. Stab myself right in the chest.
Whoa.
What's dramatic?
Jesus.
As the dagger comes out, and as you're forcing it toward your chest, a force stops your hand before the dagger reaches your chest. Your vision turns red and fiery, and a man stands before you.
Holy shit.
As you get this snapshot of him. He's just thin. He's kind of wiry, but he's dressed in this finery. He's got this like white flowing dress shirt on with frills, and it's just gaudy. He's got these golden chains that he wears, and these black trousers and these boots, and he wears this crown on his head that's like fiery and flaming, and he looks at you, and he's got this amazing yet terrifying grin on his face, these teeth that are just way too big for his mouth, this smile that's wider than it seems like it could ever be. And as you see him for less than a second, and he winks out of existence immediately, and the dagger in your hand is gone and has been taken away with you. And as he disappears, behind him appears the nymph, and she stands before you, sort of half phased in and phased out of this world, and she says, "You have no idea the effort that we just expended, Sertova. Let's talk terms."
All right. Yeah, I stand up and I'm like, "Seeing's believing, man. I believe." No, that's very real. So I always believed Mitch and Bash, but sometimes you got to see it. So the Lantern King's a real being.
Damn.
Oh,
That's crazy.
wow. Holy shit.
Crazy.
That's nice. Oh, it's nice.
Wow,
Hero
Chris,
point.
that was awesome.
Well, now I don't have a dagger.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but like what intervention did that cost us?